So where can someone start? People that are building an online business often feel like, okay, if I can't organically grow through search engine optimization or something like that, I have to divert to Facebook ads. What would you say to that?
Yeah, so I actually believe that when it comes to growing our business and marketing our business, we should have a multi-pronged approach. It's not just one thing and that's it, right? So I think that publicity is an important aspect of the marketing mix. And I'm not saying to not do the other things. I will say with Facebook ads, like it's a powerful way to amplify what you're already doing. But the people that join your email list through publicity by listening to you for 30 minutes or an hour in a podcast interview, by seeing you as a guest expert in a program, by reading one of your articles, by consuming your content and falling in love with you, those kind of people who are consuming more in the front end and developing that emotional connection are going to be warmer leads that are more primed and likely to buy. And then with Facebook, I mean, I think is a great way to attract more people. It's just kind of, it's different, right? It's not equal. That being said, when you get publicity, you can actually use like your feature in Forbes or your interview as part of, the way that you retarget people, to build that know, like, and trust factor. So actually publicity and Facebook ads can work well together.
Mm. So what are the steps? You have this, there's a mass approach and there's this niche approach.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, well, step number one is getting clear on what kind of publicity makes sense for you. So for myself, I sell online courses and have, offerings where there's kind of some kind of education or mentorship opportunity. So for me, it's a niche audience. And so I know that it doesn't make as much sense for me to be in a magazine, even if like 2 million people are reading it, because I don't need to be in front of 2 million. There's a much smaller audience I want to be in front of. So for me, it's podcasts and guest teaching opportunities and opportunities with influencers. That's number one for me. So you got to know what those opportunities are. And then number two is getting clear on what your expert topics are, because there's probably a lot of things that you could talk about if someone were to interview you, but you actually want to be very selective. So, publicity is my main topic because, I mean, that's what I sell, right? I sell a publicity program. I have other clients and maybe I talk to them about how to hire a project manager, or maybe we talk about cash flow issues in their business, but I don't really have any major offerings around that. And that's not really what I want to be known for. Like the impact I want to make is through publicity. So that's why that's my expert topic. So getting clear on that, that's number two. And then number three would be focusing on low hanging fruit opportunities. Because a lot of times people say like, oh my gosh, I know that I want, to be on Oprah. I truly believe that if Oprah knew my story, she would want to share it with the world. And the thing is, you don't go from zero to Oprah, because for the biggest opportunities, like if someone were to say to Oprah, hey, I've heard this person is a great expert, right? And the team like does a Google search and they don't see, any information. There's not much of a web presence. There aren't any articles, podcasts. It's just kind of empty. When they do that search, you're not going to really be seen as that expert. So you want to start by building your body of work. Which shows that you've actually put in the time to build your audience, to get your message out there, that you truly are serious about this. And you start with the opportunities right in front of you. And so maybe you have a friend who just started a podcast and you could be one of the early guests. Or maybe you have a colleague in a group program that you're a part of, and that person has a blog, and maybe you could write a guest post on that blog. You just need to start at where you're at. And I hear people all the time say, oh, someone offered me this opportunity, or I know I could, maybe get an opportunity through a friend, but I'm afraid to bother them. I don't want to ask them. And so a lot of times there are literally things immediately in front of us. We're just not taking the actions to get them because of fear.